All right, here we go. This is the Common Council meeting to be held on Tuesday, December 7th, 2021 at 7 p.m. This meeting is called to order. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Collins.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner is excused. Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian.
Present.
Item 2 is opening prayer. We have Deacon Leggett here this evening.
Let us pause for as they gather. Please watch as we prepare this whole. And lastly, have we thank you. We make. Amen.
Amen. Item C is the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, moving along, I'd entertain under item D the approval of the November 16th, 2021 Common Council minutes.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Akers.
I'll second.
Second by Alderperson Collins. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Under Mayor's report this evening, one important housekeeping thing that we'll be addressing later in the agenda regards redistricting the city. I guess is that the right way to say that? A map has been created. We have another ward in the city, the 22nd ward, which is now in Aldermanic District number 5. Ward 7, which was in Alderperson Bailey's district, was basically split.
Yes.
So now it's 7 and 9. I'm going to read this to you because it's a little complicated. The aldermanic districts for all of the alderpersons didn't change at all, but another ward was created, the 22nd
So the
ward was
numbers
created in the city.
changed.
Your geographic boundaries did not change at all, but the wards and the way that they're numerically numbered have. So I want to read this for the record. Okay. The county changed the supervisory district line, and that we're going to ask the county to extend this line. Sorry, here we go. District 2 will now encompass wards 5 through 9, previously 5 through 8. This is Alderperson Bailey's district. The districts look different, or the wards look different, but District 2 will now encompass wards 5 through 9, previously 5 through 8, because the population of Ward 7 increased partly due to the Forte apartments and needed to be split. The district lines will remain the same, but a new ward was added. In addition, Ward 12 has had a high increase in population due to the Falcon Glen apartments, causing some of the ward lines in District 3 to shift slightly. As a result of the new ward in District 2, Ward 9, the current wards 9 through 21 will become wards 10 through 22. So in essence, every ward 9 or above is now numerically one higher number up. So if you were in Ward 19 before, now you're in Ward 20. If you were in Ward 9, now you're in 10. Right?
Yes.
There is a map that Jennifer has here. Each of you will get that.
Wonderful.
Just to explain. It's a little bit complicated, but generally whatever whatever district you were, if you're District 2, 1, 4, 3, it's the same. It's just the wards have been delineated a little bit differently, which is good. That we've added a ward means that we've added population. A lot of the communities in Milwaukee County have seen a decrease in population. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, Scott Jaquish from Parks, who I want to commend. I don't know, the Christmas tree lighting this year at Conkle Park, I know Alderperson Akers was on our COVID protocol. Alderperson Kastner is on our COVID protocol this evening. That's like the NFL COVID thing. I don't know what else to call it.
I was in a Park and Rec event in Chicago.
I saw it from my house. It was
Alderperson
well,
Bailey and Alderperson Sarian were there. It was very, very cold that night.
I could watch it from my house a little, so there was a lot of people there.
But it was incredibly well attended.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Santa, the real Santa came, and he had some of those North Pole white horses. I mean, real horses. These things were huge, pulling the sleigh in. Everyone that I talked to, despite the briskness of the evening, really, really had a good time. It was, I think you guys knocked it out of the park, and I want to thank all of you for doing that. I think Alderperson Bailey and Shirley, Sarian agree. It was nice.
And they had a band,
And we had Elvis was there too.
Elvis, and
I could hear the
wish I
band.
would have seen them.
It was a very, very well done event, and the shelter that we did, for the ice skating rink, served a great purpose of keeping people warm when they got too cold.
and our thanks to the high school, middle school band.
Greenfield High School and Middle School had their choruses or choirs there, and they did an awesome job. I think they all had a great time. Their parents were there. I managed to talk to a few of those. I think you guys did too. It was great. It was just really, really well done. So thank you. Scott wanted me to remind you, continuing the holiday program, Letters to Santa program will continue through Tuesday, December 14th. The mailbox to Santa is in our City Hall rotunda. You've seen it out there. There's a holiday makers market on Sunday, December 12th at the Greenfield Community Center between 11 and 3. The admission is free. And returning by popular demand on Monday, December 13th through Thursday, December 16th, Cruise and Santa and Friends will navigate the Greenfield neighborhood spreading holiday cheer. Route maps are being posted on the Greenfield website. So that started last year when it was difficult to get out. Santa going through the neighborhood uniformly was probably one of the most well-received things that has ever happened in the city. I think a lot of you have probably heard
I
compliments
heard
about
nothing
that.
but positives on it.
Even a couple really crabby people that I know that spoke very, very highly of it. They called, and sometimes you see those, they call already, and you're like, oh, what's it going to be this time? And they were really grateful and real excited for it. So, again, thank you to everybody that attended the tree lighting too. It was a great event. Usually we do it here, and I think the park is a great, so long as the weather is cooperative. Yep, it's awesome. So that's all I got under my report as an aldermanic report.
The only thing I have to report is that Darren Rosh from our health department and we did teach a class at the high school on basically local government and politics, as well as how that affects health and how that's directed within the city. And we kind of broke it down in different levels with the government, and it was well received by the class, and it really enjoyed it.
And the lesson, politics has nothing whatsoever to do with public health.
I know.
All right. All right.
No, it was
yeah,
good.
I know.
But it was
great.
good
No,
explaining.
It's a good thing.
Because
It's a
usually they
wonderful thing to
just
do.
hear
It's
government at the top.
It's, I think with everything, when you meet people, right, they think you're the mayor, you're an alderperson, that you're somehow on this platform or stage or something, and that you think differently, or you're like in the newspaper, or you're some newsprint, or we're just people, right? Trying to make the best decisions we can. Most of us, we're just people.
There's some of us that aren't. But most of
That
us,
was
I
a
thought all
joke.
of us were, huh? It was a joke.
Everyone here is
Were you
just a person, I
implying?
know that. Are there any other announcements?
Yeah,
or-
I just
Alderperson
want to
Sarian?
say that Gold Coast Subs has lost thousands of dollars due to the Layton Avenue project. And I just like to ask everyone to please visit this sub shop and help them out. I know the Layton project is going to end next week, I think.
We were told
But,
that.
But visit this week. You have to take Edgerton, take a north on 43rd Street. 4263 West Layton, it's next to the Boot Connection. Thank you.
It would be great to support them. As I understand it, Layton, the county is still anticipating opening Layton on the 13th or 14th? 13th.
That was what we were told.
Yeah. So, as I understand it, they're still waiting on some traffic signal stuff on 35th and Layton, or that was one of the big tie-ups in landscaping. Yep. They're
Yeah,
very-
I drove by it. They still have a few more medians to spread some dirt out on.
They were boring something today too on 35th Street. I don't know what that is, but
Do we need to make any announcements about any other future projects coming up in February?
I suppose we should bring up the next big project that's going to be sort of life-altering is the bridge over 894 at 60th Street is set to be begin to be removed in February or March, based on latest information we have, with the completion of October or November.
Well, I would say December. They kind of, if it starts in March, they said December.
Yeah, the later it starts, the later it ends. And I think depending on the weather, if the weather is good.
They
they're
were
gonna-
trying to push it up to February to make it
Yeah,
sooner.
yep, absolutely. So, the DOT recognizes, and that's a DOT project.
Right.
They recognize the inconvenience that a project like that has, and they want to get it done as quickly as possible. But that's a complete removal and reconstruction of a new bridge that will be wider to accommodate a wider 894 at some point when that gets done. Alderperson, I should bring this up too, Alderperson Akers and I were on a phone with the DOT and a whole bunch of other engineers from not only the city, but the DOT
In county.
and the county with regard to 894 as well, and had a big discussion about sound barriers and the 894 maintenance project, and then we
Lake Loomis.
recognize that, and I think they recognize that sound barriers on portions of 894 are critical, especially near, I don't know, would that be east of 51st Street, west of 60th, some of those areas,
It'd be 45th, actually,
45th,
Fifth.
45th to 51st, 50th, I guess,
yeah.
right? Literally, the freeway is right there through a chain link fence. But the Armour neighborhood behind the old ITT and now the electrical place, that's the houses are right there too, right? So there are different avenues to get the money, neither of which sounded very encouraging other than having a full reconstruction, but we'll continue to push for those.
Great.
We did push hard.
Alderperson Bailey has the same problem over there, and I just can't remember the streets off the top of my head, but I
Right,
can picture it on a map.
Around 8,000 block also.
8,000, that's it. So,
And do we want to say that once the 60th Street Bridge is for 22, but in 23,
Loomis
Bridge
the
is-
next bridge, and that's a monster bridge to replace.
and that's going to be down for a year.
That's
So it'll
gonna be a
go
big
from
bridge. It's gonna
22 will be
widened.
60th,
and-
23 will be Loomis Road.
Right, right.
So we have two big things that's going to cause a huge disturbance for Layton Avenue and other areas.
And I've had requests for sound barriers there too, Loomis.
Right.
Yeah, we have.
Absolutely.
We have asked
Yes,
those.
absolutely. No, it's basically the entire stretch, right?
We were very vocal
We were very vocal.
Good,
at the meeting.
good.
So I think they know. Do you agree, Jeff? They got our message?
Oh, I think so. I think they've heard it multiple times. I think it's going to help.
It was, yeah.
We basically talk about it every chance we get.
There's actually, and two of the engineers on the call at the DOT actually live in Greenfield, so
Yeah,
I think they recognize
the project manager for a lot of the big freeway projects actually lives half a block from me. So is in Shirley's district.
I met him last week or this week, whenever that meeting was here.
another one lives in Alderperson Kastner's district. close to the freeway, too.
I'm,
so.
I'm hopeful
They're
in,
aware of the problem.
on
They
Layton
get it.
Avenue where in Alderperson Syrian's district, hopefully with some of this construction that goes in, hopefully that'll help you.
Oh, definitely.
And it'll probably help sooner than later, because I think the sound barriers are a later, I mean, it's gonna be an uphill battle for us fighting that, but hopefully when there's some buildings there to block out the noise again,
Oh, yeah.
I think that'll help you
Definitely.
some too.
I hope so.
I do
Okay.
too. I hope it doesn't redirect it.
No more, any more announcements or reports from anybody? Okay, citizen commentary, I don't think there's any this evening. Old business, I don't have any appointments to any of these. I don't have any appointments at this point. Item I2 is to adopt the ordinance establishing the boundary lines of the aldermanic districts and wards in the city of Greenfield following the 2020 census. I'd entertain a motion to approve. That's what I was describing, I guess, in my report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, there's second.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. Would you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Okay, moving along to new business. We received a letter of resignation from James
Jaworski,
Jaworski.
Jaworowicz, I'm sorry.
Jaworowicz on the Board of Review. Please send him the letter.
Yep.
Thanking him for his service. I don't have an appointment to the Board of Review. If any of you know someone who would be interested in that, it's a difficult one to fill. Item 3 is to approve the applications for the 2021-2022 operator licenses. I'd entertain a motion to approve those licenses.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Akers.
I'll second.
Second by Alderperson
Collins.
Collins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Items 4 through 8 are applications for temporary Class B retailer licenses for the Harley Zoner Group.
All indoor events.
These are all indoor events. I'd entertain a motion to approve those applications as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Collins. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 9 is discussion decision to adopt the resolution establishing the polling place for each ward following the 2020 decennial census report. So these are the polling places that you have it before you. We discussed this at length. Do you have those? I'm sorry. So wards 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the community center. Wards 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are at the community center. Wards 10, 11, 12, and 13 are at Whitnall High School. Wards 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 are at the Greenfield Public Library. And wards 19, 20, 21, and 22 are at the Adoration Lutheran Church on 38th and Edgerton. Entertain a motion to approve that resolution.
Do we have to approve that first, or should we be approving to,
No, I have to skip out of one.
shouldn't we be approving the facility use agreement first?
So what?
Number 10?
Oh,
Well,
As long as we,
you can approve where it's going to be, and if there's no agreement to have it there, then you just approve. I don't think it matters. to
Okay.
be honest.
okay.
So, a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion
So by
to approve.
Alderperson Collins, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers. Technically, you're kind of right, but if
Okay.
you, in the next paragraph, approve that location.
We're
I think
okay
it'll probably
then.
be okay. Would you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Item 10 is the discussion decision to approve the facility use agreement with Adoration Lutheran Church to provide the polling location. I'd entertain a motion to approve the
I'll make a motion to approve the
motion by
agreement.
Alderperson Collins. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers. Would you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Item 11 is a resolution appointing election officials, chief inspectors, alternate chief inspectors, election inspectors, and special voting deputies for 2022 and 2023. I'd entertain a motion to appoint those as indicated.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian. Just quickly under discussion, when it comes to So every time there's an election, we've talked about the pay of our poll workers. Probably now is the time to start thinking about that.
We did approve it with the budget.
Okay, so we did approve it, but I'm not sure that we approved it we approved increases within the budget, increasing the hourly rates. I'm not sure if we created a resolution setting the scale.
I don't think we usually do. They're not on
Okay.
our pay scale. But there is a
So
separate pay
in
schedule.
this year's budget,
provided
as
with
part of
the
the
budget.
process, there were raises incorporated for these poll workers. I'm not sure if a resolution or an ordinance is required. Do you know, Brian, if we have to do that by ordinance to set the, I don't know if we do. I just want to make sure we do it right.
And Paula does get a pay schedule for all of the election events provided to her for the auditor's purposes.
Okay, could you just give that to everybody? Could we get a copy of that?
Yes.
And distribute it? We did that in this year's budget. I know it was a concern for many of you, making sure that our poll workers were properly compensated in the process, right? Okay?
All right.
And if there's a problem with it, it hasn't, the money was provided. I'm not sure. I thought there was supposed to be discussion or resolution in the future. Maybe not. I don't remember how that works, so. Motion was made, seconded. Would you please call?
Yes. Alderperson Collins?
I need to abstain.
Okay. Alderperson Bailey?
I think I need to abstain because
Oh,
I know
maybe I
some.
do too. My husband's gonna be, but I don't think that's a reason
Well,
to
that's-
abstain, is it?
Ask our city attorney, do I have to abstain to that?
Abstain.
Yeah, both of them have significant others.
If they have
Pointing what,
spouses that are election workers,
And they're paid,
well, this isn't with regard to the pay. This is just a
Yeah.
resolution appointing them.
right?
Oh, yeah.
They're still paid positions.
Okay, well,
I don't have anybody, my mom doesn't do it
And I
anymore.
can't, and I don't have enough to,
so we can.
I
So
can say
I
aye.
think you end up with a 1-0 to 3 vote and it passes.
Aye.
huh?
Passes with the
Because
one.
you have,
Don't
Three
you need a ma-
abstains and one,
So if I voted for it too, I can vote.
yeah, we both could.
I think it passes one.
right,
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said.
And their
Yeah,
vote
that would-
doesn't, it's
And if
not
I
in
have
yet.
to, boy, I wish there were 3 votes
I
or 2
know.
votes or 3.
We can bring it back. We still have time. You want me to do?
yeah, do it.
Well,
I don't know.
somebody else could be quarantined at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be one of the ones that are abstaining.
So basically, we have this resolution appointing these officials. And I mean, Alderperson Collins is the only one that's actually one of them. The other 2 are their spouses. I'm not sure that,
State ethics code would say your immediate family.
Yeah, I
too.
would think that's probably to be safe
But it
legally.
seems that
Even
it's
for an election?
okay with the one vote. It's
You're-
okay.
They're
Yeah.
being paid to do it.
Somebody's voting.
I would like to take a vote.
Okay.
And if it's not sufficient, then we can reconsider it at the next.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wait, she's calling, so we'll let her
Okay.
call.
So Alderperson Collins abstained. Alderperson Bailey?
Abstain.
Alderperson Akers?
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian?
Abstain.
okay, so it passes 1-0. If I were breaking a tie, I would vote for it as well. I don't think Alderperson Kastner's or his wife work as poll workers, right?
No.
If it has to come back, I'm not sure that what another vote does, makes it 2 in favor and potentially 3 against, not knowing how you would vote, but, okay,
All right.
all right. Passes 1-0. I want to thank you and your spouses for helping with the elections.
What about me? I voted. Does that
Yeah, and
count?
I think it's great that everybody votes and everybody helps with the elections. And just to be clear too, that you don't work on any election and your spouses don't work on any election that impacts you or your office.
Nope.
They're spread into different
'Cause
wards.
we
My
don't
my mother
work.
was an
If I'm
election
on the
worker for
ballot,
many
He
years.
always is.
Right, I'm just.
Right.
in it. Is
right.
that what you just
Yeah,
said?
that's
Yeah.
you all.
Right, we're not on it, or if there's anything.
Jennifer is very good at
Regards to
making
the
sure that
city.
there's no conflict of interest and all those kinds of things, right? Okay, item 12 is a discussion decision to approve an agreement for the targeted runoff management grant from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources to fund channel improvements within Honey Creek. This is another grant that just received.
Yes.
I'd entertain a motion to approve,
I will make a motion to approve.
and I want to thank Jeff?
Second.
Miss?
Yes.
First by Collins, second by Akers. Would you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 13 is discussion decision to approve the license agreement with We Energies for the Power Line Trail. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderperson Collins. More great work by Jeff getting the Power Line Trail through. You're just the rock star down there.
Yes.
The quiet
grant
one.
god.
The quiet one that just doesn't say much, but man, his actions speak louder than words. Okay, could you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 14, discussion decision to approve an agreement with Resource Environmental Solutions of Maintenance for maintenance along the Wildcat Creek and Colloquy Park. Entertain a motion to approve.
I will make a motion to approve.
By Alderperson Collins, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you
It's like,
please call?
it's our show here,
Yes,
I
it
feel
is.
like.
Would you call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Item 15 is discussion decision regarding agreement with Clem Floats. This is from the Parks Department. Not saying that this is the float that Santa would potentially be on, because Santa, of course, comes
I
from the
saw
North Poles
that.
and it's made by elves, but this one might be very close to it.
They're
I'd
modeling,
entertain a
they're
motion
using
to
it for
approve the
modeling.
agreement.
There you go.
Motion to approve the agreement.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a
Very
second?
excited.
Alderperson Akers.
I'll second it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
would you call?
We're a tag team.
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Okay. 16 is discussion decision to approve the addendum to the existing Rebound recovery agreement to extend services during 2022 to 2024. This is formerly known as TAPI. They
Yeah.
changed their name. This is a unique service that saves us a lot of money when we have work comp stuff and with scheduling, and they really expedite the process through,
Okay.
and it's important. It's money extremely well spent. Julie couldn't be here tonight. She's babysitting, but she wanted
Okay.
to have strong support. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move for approval.
by
Oh, you threw
Sarian.
us off.
Seconded by Alderperson Bailey, I think.
Second.
Okay,
please call?
let's change it up.
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Items 17, 18, 19, or 20 are the typical disbursements, reimbursements, investments, reinvestments, and financial statements that go through your finance. Entertain a motion to approve those 4 items.
I approve those items.
Make a
I
motion
move
to
to
do that.
approve those.
Sarian, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey, would you please call?
Alderperson Collins,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Motion carries. Items for future agenda, there will be a finance committee meeting next week. Next Wednesday,
Yeah.
we'll be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. The next common council meeting, I think, is on the 22nd.
My
I think
sister's
so.
birthday.
So there's going to be a lot of stuff on that agenda. There's going to be a lot, so it's important that we have at least, 3 people. I understand
It'll be
it's
the
holidays.
the common council will be the 21st, that's
Is it the
Good.
Tuesday.
21st?
Good,
The 21st.
Okay,
good, good,
21st.
good.
It's important
All right,
because it has a lot of the year-end contracts and stuff that we
Right.
have to get done. before.
okay.
So,
I
Try to
appreciate
stay
the heads
healthy
up.
and keep my house healthy.
You what?
I'll try and keep my house healthy.
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
All of you, just stay safe.
He's talking about
It seems that with COVID, that there's been
No,
a lot of
common council meeting
positives
is
and
the
stuff
21st.
floating around lately. Healthcare capacities is being stressed, but it's not being broken yet, from what I can tell. Everybody stay safe. And when the deacon was here giving the opening prayer and talking about vaccination, I understand that it's a personal choice. I understand that you shouldn't be forced to do it. But the overwhelming scientific evidence strongly points out that if you are vaccinated, the symptoms are either milder if you do get it, or the likelihood of getting it is
In my
significantly
household, it
reduced.
proved true. The one who was vaccinated who got it, my son, had no symptoms whatsoever. My younger one, who hadn't been able to get vaccinated yet, had very mild symptoms, and I was vaccinated and I didn't get it.
So it's all anecdotal, of course, and you wonder, because there's so much going on, right? But being vaccinated can't hurt,
Most people.
and it can only, most people, the vast majority of people.
I've been
And not being
vaccinated,
vaccinated, you have a bigger chance of being hurt.
especially if you have a weakened immune
When I
system.
talked to Alderperson Kastner, and he was, the person in his family, that, and he said that it's okay that I'm not breaking HIPAA rules here or anything. Person's really struggled. It's not been a good illness. So, so it's, I'm just saying, do whatever you want, but I would be vaccinated and get the boosters and take all the precautions you can. It's better than not being, and the evidence, I think, is pretty strong for that, so. And the deacon said it.
And there's lots of places to get tested too. I would recommend, even if you don't have symptoms, regularly going and getting tested.
Yeah, so
Because-
this is the other thing that I wanted to talk about, just, I guess, briefly about testing. So it seems like there are a lot of testing sites that are starting to come to the surface. Some of them have been challenged reporting. So when you go to a testing site, generally you expect it to be free. Generally you expect, you know, and it's reimbursable, right? Generally you expect that the result will be reported to you, and you generally expect that the result would be reported to the state. There are some places that are not doing one or all three of those things. So you want to make sure that if you are getting tested, that you're being tested by a reputable organization. You want to make sure that if you're uninsured, that the lack of insurance does not impact your ability to get tested
There are free
and to
sites
get the
that-
result. And you want to make sure that the results of the test are actually being forwarded to the state, which is reported to the local health departments. Those things are important.
I don't know how
Some
you
of these things are-
verify the state. I mean, when we had 2 positive cases, Greenfield Health Department called my house and to follow up on those.
So, well, so there's a statewide database, I think, of positives.
But I don't know how you can get
I don't know how it
access
works.
to that.
I don't
but
know how it works, but and I don't want to know how it works.
If you have a positive taste and.
So
and-
make sure you go somewhere, I guess the point is go somewhere reputable. Because there've been,
Like Pam did.
Yeah,
yeah.
On
And they were free.
87th and Forest Home.
Right.
yeah, that's,
Right.
Holistic Health, did you go?
yeah, that's
Yes.
where I.
So they,
daughter's
I
on
also
there
did the
too.
Hyatt Pharmacy on 8th and Layton too.
they're very good
'cause
too.
They were,
There are
it's
some
the
that have been
same
popping up,
manage.
though, that I heard a story of someone who went to get tested. Their employer said, you have to go get tested. They went to this place, and the person didn't have insurance, health insurance.
Right.
And they refused to give them their result.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's legal?
I
don't
don't
think
know, I don't
that-
know if
I
it, so.
don't think that
I'm not, I don't know if the rulemaking is
Outlaw,
caught up with some of this stuff yet, and who pays and who doesn't pay.
That
And
would
there's
be
been also
illegal.
another situation where it's purported that a place opened and is collecting the money for the testing, but isn't reporting the testing to the state, which you need to sort of do, right? That's the kind of, to keep track of
Right,
the stuff,
right.
right? So, or
I
local
know,
health department.
one place
maybe
I
it's-
did it was Walmart, and they wanted my insurance information.
Right,
The other
they-
place,
Sure.
the
Which
other
makes sense.
places I've gone have not. The holistic
Right.
does not ask for
Okay.
your health insurance.
Right.
And they're the same site on 8th. It's the same company
Right.
running the 8th
Right.
and Layton one
Right,
too.
they get reimbursed, so.
Yeah.
Right.
So just be careful of where you go, I guess is what I'm,
That's a good point.
okay? 21st is an important meeting. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:34.
Motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Collins. Just one quick, sorry, before
No, you're not.
we vote. Future agendas, the fire department thing. right?
Yes.
So we're having, there's a lot of, this just started, right? So there's all this stuff about all this stuff's happening, right? We're engaging the unions, we're engaging the departments, the elected officials, we're all sitting down. All these questions like, oh, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen, and who's gonna sit there, and who's paying for this, and all this stuff. None of that stuff's been, none of it has been decided yet, right? None of it has been fully vetted yet. I just want everybody to realize that. So when you see the skies falling, potential posts on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, I don't go do that stuff, but I get sometimes people send me screenshots. It's like, just relax, right? I'm just saying. I understand, right? We have a wonderful fire department, right? I don't want our fire department to be worse, but I want it to survive, right? We have a tremendous culture. They're incredibly engaged in our community. I don't want that to go away. I know none of you want that to go away. I know that the firefighters that have built that culture within our, we had a meeting today, we talked about our fire department in regard to something else.
Right, with
But-
another,
But I'm very
topic.
proud of them. I don't want, it took a long time to get to this point. It wasn't always this way 15 or 20 years ago. So I get that, we all get that. So let's just work it through, okay? I just want you to guys have a comfort level and not like, oh my God, what's happening?
so is this coming on the 21st?
The 22nd, I'm meeting, we
Okay.
have a meeting with union representatives, some of the command staff, and some of the electeds to sit down and talk.
Okay,
It's not a formal meeting, it's not like this, right? We're all talking through things.
okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay, just so you understand, I mean, it's
Talk out
not,
concerns and,
I mean, if I was a
Good.
firefighter,
No,
I'd
it's
be,
a
if I was a
good idea.
firefighter, I'd be concerned, right? I'd say,
Yeah.
well, what's gonna happen to me, right? Right, I get that.
I'm experiencing that at UWM. We're in consolidation, so my college is disappearing, and I'm being absorbed into 2 other colleges.
It's, I mean,
So
there's,
it's spooky. You don't know what's gonna happen.
it's spooky, you don't know what's gonna happen. My dad worked at A.O. Smith for 37 years, and then they were sold, and now they're nothing, and it's all torn down, right? I mean, the world changes. The point is that I wanna make sure, and I think we all wanna make sure, that the level of service
Yes,
that is
that's
provided to our
priority.
constituents is not only the most cost-effective, but the best that it possibly can be. Because any one of us, probably me first, could have a heart attack or could slip and fall in the driveway or something, and you want to make sure that somebody's going to show up and make sure your life is safe, right?
Why is it you first?
Or your family.
Just
You
'cause
just said that
Because
to-
I'm tall
you
and
just
my
said that
knees
to
are
be
bad
nice.
and I slip.
Yeah, you just said that to me.
It'll probably be, no, it probably will be me. I
Alright.
smoked for a long time and
The
stuff.
public will have a chance to, we'll have a,
There's going to be all sorts of.
because I get a
mean,
couple calls
it's
already
all-
this
right.
week.
Yeah, the sky is falling, right? And nobody even knows what the sky is. I can tell you this, that in 3 to 5 years, the sky, after this ARPA money disappears, and if we can't figure out how to get more money, right? And we've talked about the net new construction and how much we can raise the levy, services will start to be cut. I don't want services to be cut. Do you? I don't think so. Well, we
Our police, we need our fire,
need our police, we need our fire, but we
our
also.
plows,
So
We
we
want
don't,
Santa?
we don't run things, we run things very efficiently. Our elections are done by Jennifer and Lisa and Trina,
Trina.
Oh, yep.
right? And you see how much goes into those, and all of you work with the elections, and you understand how complicated it is, and you understand how much training. So police and fire are
Understood, yeah.
important, but so are having competent, capable
Elections?
staff for elections. If we want Santa to go through the neighborhoods, and it's usually paid for with sponsorship money or special revenue money and not tax money, if we want those things, right?
we need the roads cleared.
We need the roads cleared. I got yelled at about yesterday. We had I should probably talk about this. There was a snow squall yesterday at 6:50 a.m. There was only supposed to be flurries yesterday, right? Everything turned into a sheet of ice everywhere.
Oh,
the entire
it
county,
was slippery,
right?
yeah. for
And I had a
while.
wonderful call from a gentleman who I think lives in Greendale, who was going to sue us and sue the city of Milwaukee because we didn't do our jobs, because we didn't have people staged at 2 or 3 in the morning for the snowstorm or squall that no one knew was coming. It just happened. Sometimes things like that just happen. I had to drive downtown yesterday morning. It took an hour and 45 minutes. It was
Yeah.
literally a mile an hour, and our
it-
cars spun out all over the place. So we have spent money on storms that never came, right? Because there was an expectation of potentially something happening. But yesterday, no one had any clue that there was going to be a snow squall that dumped freezing rain at the worst possible time during the
Right.
day.
Why
Truth.
aren't they suing the weathermen for not reporting that for us? Is what I'd like to know.
Well, we should just know.
are.
I mean, we should just
Yeah.
know. We should just know better. and,
People ideas.
We stage, just so you're all aware, we stage with snow season coming. If we think it's gonna rain, or we think there's gonna be a changeover, we think there's gonna be sleet, or we think there's a snowstorm coming, we stage the vehicles to do that. And if it doesn't happen, then I guess it didn't happen.
Well, we even put something on our
We even
roads
put
to-
brine on the streets,
the
you
day
see those
before and-
lines, you know?
Yep, right.
That's the pre-treat. We do all of that stuff, and we do it, I think, very, very well. But sometimes, no matter how much planning, is if you're expecting flurries and you have a squall that puts freezing rain
Right.
over everything, there's nothing you can do about it. I
Did
will point out
Greendale
that at 6:50 it happened,
Yes.
and
Did
we were out in the
Greendale
street.
prepare?
Huh?
Did Greendale take care of it,
Good
school?
question.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Nobody
I'm just-
did. Nobody knew.
I'm
The
just
entire county.
questioning why he's not suing Greendale, you
Well, he
know?
would sue everybody.
Okay.
Maybe Greendale's, I don't know.
He doesn't want his taxes to go up.
Well, and I just said, well, the 18 or 20 people that, did do our streets, well, you should have
No,
more people, you
it
should raise your
was
taxes to
bad.
get more people. And it's like, then I went into levy stuff, and I just want you to know that.
Yes. Thank
Had a
you.
number of calls with regard to this problem yesterday. There's nothing we could have done about it.
Crystal
We were
balls.
on the street with Salters,
Right.
7 of them at 7:10.
They came
Within
through the
15 or
alleys
20
at 10
minutes.
o'clock, so they were coming through the alleys at 10 o'clock, so.
Yeah, it's
I expect the alleys to be like the
11
last
square
thing.
miles of roads too,
you know?
right? I don't remember how many lane miles there are, Scott, and I know, or Scott, Jeff?
I don't remember exactly.
I just
Don't
know
you
they're
sh-
at the
that's
end
what
of it
number
when
you
they come
should
through the
know.
alleys, you know?
Yeah, so
They're pretty
125,
much done when they get to me.
125 miles of road in the city, I think.
Okay.
That seems like it's more than that.
There's a heck of a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, motion was made and seconded to adjourn. Just wanted everybody to know that.
No, thank you.
And then,
Oh, come on.
sorry, I got it. So the document retention policy,
Right.
Yeah.
Jennifer's been religious with it. Sometimes you run across cool stuff. This is the logo competition in the city of Greenfield, which would have been 10 or 20 years ago, probably, right?
Probably in there,
90s.
yeah.
90s?
Was it the 90s?
Early 90s.
We're keeping it as an historical record. We're not going to destroy it.
Good.
Because it's pretty cool.
91, was it, that we saw, Shirley?
Can we call the question now?
Let's see. You can't. call
80
it.
something?
All right, motion was made and
Okay.
seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Yeah, we did.
That was only like 10 minutes of extra talk.